So, with that being said, also in case you didn't know, I'm Asian, okay? I'm Asian. I'm not Caucasian, I am Asian. But if you are Asian and oftentimes born in America as a not first generation, people sometimes refer to you as a banana, okay? So you look Asian on the outside, but on the inside, you are American. You're North American. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it, okay? It's a whole thing. Watch Crazy Rich Asians. Really good movie. They reference this in there. But I like my, people call them the basic white bitch things. I like my basic white bitch things, okay? I like glitter. I like sparkle. I like glimmer. At first, I did not actually get behind all the hype of the Stanley Cups, okay? I didn't understand why so many bitches were going batshit crazy over the Stanley Cups. You guys have heard me talk about this before, okay? Like, I went to a Dick's Sporting Goods, not once, not twice, maybe like 3 times, not to get a Stanley Cup, mind you. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods to buy, like, a cooler, a baseball, a jersey, okay? And every single Dick's Sporting Good, different Dick's Sporting Good every time, by the way. Not the same Dick's Sporting Good. Different Dick's Sporting Goods location, okay? They've got signs posted. Hi, Ruby. They got signs posted by the heckin' Stanley Cups, okay? And it's like, limit 2 per customer. And then you'd be like, okay, why are they limit 2 per customer? And it's because these bitches are literally fighting over the Stanley Cups. It's like, there's so many of them. Like, why are you guys fighting? Like, I want this color. Okay, so with that being said, I didn't get behind the whole hype when, like, this whole hype thing started maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe. I don't remember when it all started, but I was intrigued, okay? I was intrigued. I am a business fox. I am a small little business fox, and I was intrigued. I was like, okay, Stanley's been around since the early 1900s, 1913, if you guys are interested. And they've always just kind of been there, right? They've been there. They made cups, they made thermoses, they made containers, like lunch containers for your food, and the target audience was like working men, okay? So they were all in like black, charcoal, gray, navy, forest green, like the quote-unquote manly colors, okay? And then sometime in the more recent years, like the past couple of years, okay, they shifted their marketing. They realized, like, hey, you know what? We've got a product. It works, but we could be doing more with it, right? So they shifted their marketing and targeted women, okay? And they came out with all of these fun colors, all of these fun cup designs, and people went crazy for it, okay? And I was not completely sold at first, but you know, there's some like social pressure, there's some like FOMO feels, there's a vibe, and you know, I actually got my first Stanley Cup for free, okay? The company that was hosting the work event gave me a free Stanley Cup. I was like, oh shit, for free? Okay, cool. Because, like, I wasn't gonna go buy one. So I got this one for free, and I was like, oh shit, like, it actually works. It keeps my drinks cold. I can leave my drinks in the car in the hot sun. It fits in my cup holder. That's, like, a huge thing, because, like, I've had hydro flasks, I've had Yetis, I've had, like, all these other things, right? Off brands, like, Fahrenheit and whatever else. And the thing is, they're great, they work, they keep your drinks cold, but, like, they're so thick on the bottom, and they don't fit in your cup holder. So you, like, throw them on the chair, and then you break, and then they roll off the chair, and you're like, well, fuck. Okay, but it was really cool. So I got this one for free. I really liked it. Wasn't super in love with the color. Like, I like the color, it's nice, but it was like, I don't know. It wasn't like me. It didn't scream me. It didn't scream like glitter, glam, fun, you know? So then I was a little bit more sold, and I like took my time. I wasn't not a super basic white bitch. I didn't like keep up with every single drop that Stanley did, okay? But I see people posting Instagram reels, I see people posting shit on YouTube, I see people posting stuff on Facebook and like Twitter and like everything, okay? And they're all like, oh my god, look at this new collection of Stanley. Like, oh, like these ones are like Easter pastel colors, and these ones are like metallic, and these ones are like the winter collection. And like Stanley went all out on their marketing, dudes. I am telling you, they found a niche market and they capitalized on it. And I am here to tell you guys today that I have finally obtained my very own 40-ounce, very large, in charge with the handle on the side Stanley Cup, and it's gorgeous, and it is beautiful, and it is sparkly, and it is rainbowy, and I don't know if you guys know what the word pearlescent means, but it has pearlescent glitter in it, and it is so fabulous! But not without struggle, okay? So like I mentioned, I was not very on top of the drop. So this apparently dropped maybe a month ago. And if you guys remember earlier in my story, I was talking about how bitches be crazy for these cups, okay? So people are literally collecting these things. They got like cupboards full of all the different cups so they can have a different color cup on a different color day of every day of the week. Every day of the month. I don't know. People have a lot of cups, okay? They got a lot of time on their hands. So they're like, oh my god, look at the new collection, and then everybody goes to buy them. And because they're so popular, you also fall victim to like scalpers and shit, okay? So anyway, I'm not on top of the drops. Apparently this series of cups dropped like a month ago, and I wasn't on it. And then I'm scrolling, and then I came across this one girl's story, and she was like showing off all the shimmers and make the whole crowd shimmer. You know, all the shimmers of this new collection of Stanleys that just dropped, and I was like, that's it. That's the one I want. I want it. And I looked at it, I'm like, I want it. And I looked, it's a Target exclusive one, Target exclusive color collection. I looked at every single store from top to bottom, every single Target store, top to bottom of the state that I live in. And I looked and looked and looked, and they were sold out and sold out and sold out and sold out. And I don't know, I wasn't really expecting much. I was like, man, I'm a month late to this. Like, it'll be a miracle if any of these stores still have this cup. And then I saw one, literally one. And I said, what? There's one. Okay. And then I opened that in a new tab. And then I went to the next store and I continued looking at all the stores until I got to the very bottom of the stand. I was like, okay, they're sold out everywhere. There's one cup in this collection left in all the Targets in this whole friggin' state. And so I'm like, okay, that Target's 30 minutes away from my house. So we drive 30 minutes to the Target. We go to the aisle that the website says that cup is supposed to be in, and it's not there. There's no Stanleys there, actually, because people are batshit crazy, and they replaced that aisle with charcuterie boards. You know, nice charcuterie boards. Which I did not buy because I already have a charcuterie board. But anyway, so they have nice charcuterie boards. And I found a Target employee, and I asked them, hey, I'm looking for the Stanley Cup. And she's like, oh, you mean the fall collection that just came out last week? I'm like, oh, no. I'm looking for the glitter collection that came out last month. Please. And she's like, oh, well, do you have the item number? And so I pull up the item number on the website and I give it to her, and she puts it into her little personal POS thingy, and she says, oh, you know, it says we have one left. It says it's in like our front stock. Obviously it's not here. I think that somebody stole it. And I was like, no. Thieves! Anyway, so then I was sad momentarily, and I was like, well, I guess that was kind of to be expected. Like, I wasn't expecting to get this cup anyway. And then as I was about to leave, this nice Target lady says, well, you know, let me see if any of our other sister stores have it in stock. And I said, oh, no, it's okay. I looked on the website before I drove out here, and, you know, you guys were the only store that was showing any of these cups left in stock, so it's okay, but thank you for offering. And she says, no, let me check for you, because sometimes our in-store stock is different than our online stock. And I said, oh, okay. And so she like punches it in, starts looking up at all the stores, and she said, actually, there is another store that shows that they have one. And she said, but, you know, it might be the same situation here where it shows that they have one and maybe somebody stole it. So she said, well, we can, before you drive out there, we can call ahead to ask them if they have it. I was like, okay, sure. So we call the nice other Target, okay? The one that's an hour away, over an hour away from the Target that I'm currently standing in. And I said, hi, and then we're looking for this Stanley Cup, you know, from the Prism Glitter Collection. Here's the part number, blah, 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 you know, all the formalities. And she said, oh, the lady from the other Target says, oh, yeah, it looks like we have one in stock. Let me see if I can find it for you, because I don't remember seeing it on the floor. Is it okay if I get your name and phone number, so that way I can call you back if I find it? And I said, sure, yeah, that sounds great. Because that way I don't have to drive out there if it's not actually there. So I give the nice Target lady my name and phone number. And then I thanked the current Target lady for helping me. And I leave the store, I go back to my car. I'm about to drive out of the parking lot onto the highway, right? And lo and behold, 4 minutes later, after I left the Target, the second Target lady calls me back. And she says, oh my gosh, you will never guess what just happened. And I said, if you're calling me back, I think that you found the cup. And she's like, no, I actually didn't find the cup that it said we had in stock. Right after I got off the phone with you, and this is the guest relations lady that we called from the, the customer service desk at the front of the stores normally. And she says, right after I got off the phone with you, the next customer that I helped was returning the exact item that you had called me about.
Oh my God!
What? No way! What are the chances of that? And so she's like, I processed the return. It's our policy. We double check all the merchandise to make sure it's in resellable condition. It looks solid. There's no scratches. There's no dents. We normally don't hold items for people. But because this was so a happenstance, I'll hold it for you. I'm going to be here until the store closes. So I'll hold it for you if you come in to buy it today. And I said, absolutely. Yes, please, thank you. And so she put my name on a sticky note, put it on the cup, and held it for me. And then I drove down to this other Target, over an hour away from the Target that I was standing at. And I walked in, and I thanked this lady, and she sold me this cup, and I double checked it too, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, you guys. So now I am the proud owner of a very large and in charge, with the handle on the side, shimmery, pearlescent, glitter Stanley Cup. Yes, the cup was meant to be mine. I don't know. I figure